Aquarius, welcome to your reading. This reading is for anyone with Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Chiron. Aquarius, this is a you and them spread. We're going to dive pretty deep today. We're going to go into the runes, and we're going to go into the animal spirits and what your person feels about you, how they see you, and the energy of the connection in the middle. For some of you, I picked up that you may be single at this time. And for others of you, I picked up that you may be already in a connection with someone. So for those of you who are currently single, this reading will speak to the future as far as like a future connection is concerned with someone that you've either recently met or that you will meet in the recent future. And for those of you who have already met someone and are in a connection, obviously then this speaks to the person who you're dealing with currently. So let's jump right in. Your person views you, Aquarius, as the zebra and the whale, and I'm gonna read from the guidebook to kind of explain what those meanings are. So for the zebra, they see you as a bit eccentric, as someone who's very creative and possibly even a visionary. So they see you, Aquarius, as someone who has very, very important and intelligent ideas, very exciting ideas, a unique way of viewing the world. And they also see you as someone who's quite a dreamer or who has a lot of expansiveness when it comes to how they see the world. So they do admire your worldview. They do admire your fun and uplifting energy. And I think they have a sense about you that you like to travel. You like to have your freedom, like you like to, I want to say, get around, not in a bad way, just like it's hard for you to stay still at times, and they're observing this about you as one of the main characteristics that they notice. Okay, we're gonna go to the whale energy. For the whale energy, there's a desire for you to dive deeper. So like whales can go to the depth of the ocean, right? So this card represents that they see you as someone who's very deep, who is, not surface level, who has a lot of wisdom, like you have wisdom beyond your years, Aquarius, and they see that. They feel that through your life experience, you've become someone who is very stable and strong and has a lot of depth of emotion, which is a very rare thing to find. It's not very common to see a whale every day, right? So I think that they see you as someone they can grow with and someone who they can learn a lot from. They also admire that you've overcome massive challenges throughout your lifetime. Okay, so that's how they see you. Now on your end, how you see this person, or for those of you who are single and haven't met them just yet, how they will come across to you, how you will see them. You get the spider, the golden egg in reverse. This is more of a spiritual card. The dragonfly, the camel, and the peacock. So I'm not going to read each of the meanings from the guidebook because there's quite a few, but I will say I'm going to read the golden egg in reverse, and I will say for the dragonfly, camel, and peacock energies, what I see is that you see a lot of potential in this person. You see that this person is changing. You see that they're in a transitional stage of their life, in a very transformative time of their life, Aquarius. And you see this person is very dynamic. They can change directions at the drop of a hat. They have persevered through a lot as well. So like they mentioned that they see in you someone who's overcome some massive things in their life, some very big challenges, and grown tremendously from that. You see the same in them. You see someone who stays the course, who has all the things that it would take to achieve happiness and success, to achieve beauty. You also may see them with the Peacock card as somebody who is now just recently flourishing into their full power, or, as someone who's very, very good looking or takes pride in their appearance and works at that consistently. So this may be someone that, takes care of their body, takes care of their health in general, their mind, their body, their soul. So you're seeing this as someone who you can maybe learn some things from as well, Aquarius, when it comes to like fully embracing who you are and learning to love yourself as far as like the physical aspects of who you are, Aquarius, because you tend to be a little more inside your head, or more thought focused and less inside your body than this person. Okay, so this is someone who can teach you how to persevere, how to keep calm in difficulty, in difficult times. And then we're going to read the golden egg and the spider from the book. Okay, so the golden egg says, a message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. So I did get for you guys when I was pulling the energies that there's some heart chakra healing that has to happen, either for you or for your person. The golden egg relates to the fourth chakra. It says the subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart's center at the fourth chakra. This chakra is called Anahata. It is the home of the self or the soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said that our inner guide sits there in a deep meditation waiting for us. Anahata translates to as the unstruck sound. So it's almost like the soul, where you can perceive it and know that it's there, but you cannot see it or quite trace it down with science. So I get that you feel this person very deeply in your soul. Like you're intertwined and connected with this person at a soul level in a very deep and meaningful way, Aquarius, and perhaps maybe not as clearly in the physical realm. There's something about physicality or a lack of grounding or something like this, but we'll get into that as we uncover the rest of the cards and the meanings. So the spider card says creator of prosperity through life's work, through Darma. So you see this person as someone who is focused on their craft and focused on living life to the fullest, living life in a way that matters, doing things that are meaningful with their time. And that can be very inspiring for you, Aquarius, if you're not currently at that stage just yet. That can really inspire you into like, wow, what do I want? Wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, what do I want my future to look like? Maybe I should look at things from a slightly different perspective. Maybe I should do something similar, like go after things that make me feel good as I do them for work, right? It says the spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider. So this person is building around them all the circumstances, surrounding themselves with all the right people to support the lifestyle that they desire, which is in alignment with their higher self. And that's what they've been focused on for some time now. This is someone who's very process-oriented and not results-oriented. And that's a lesson that maybe you can learn from this person. Like, they like to very much go with the flow, enjoy the moment, focus on the day-to-day. Whereas, Aquarius, I get the sense that you are someone who is more goal oriented, or like target and goal oriented, and then gets lost along the way and feels unstable sometimes because they don't know how to, they haven't put enough attention to the daily life, to the everyday struggle, to the everyday challenges or gifts that you're offered, because you're so goal focused or like goalpost focused that you're looking too far into the future and getting lost in the present. So this is something that they're very good at. They're good at enjoying the everyday, focusing on the here and now. And they're probably not so good at looking into the future. That's why they admire that you have such vision, such foresight, that you plan ahead, that you have a plan. Like, so I think you guys complement each other in that way. It says for the spider card, soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. So your person is someone who is very process oriented on the how something is done, right? And because they're so process oriented, they naturally work on their vibrational output that they put into the universe in a very consistent manner, okay? Whereas you may be so goal-oriented that you tend to lose sight of your current feelings, or like how you're vibrating or resonating here and now and today, or you may be willing to sacrifice some things in the now at the expense of like the future outcome. This person cares about how you get there, not just when or if you get there. So even if getting there doesn't happen, I think this person values how you get there much more than the destination of where you end up. Okay. So next we're going to jump into the runes. And for your person, I asked, where, like, what does this person need to hear or know or understand? What are the lessons this person is currently going through? They get Ansus, and they get, Ansus is this one, and then they get the Ophelia rune. So for Ansus, this is a messenger rune. It has to do with the god Loki. It is in the upright, so it represents that it says that drawing Ansus tells you that connection with the divine is at hand. It is a signal to explore the depths, the foundations of life, and to experience the inexhaustible wellspring of the divine in your nature. So again, this person is connecting to their higher self. This person is having a spiritual ascension of some kind and focused on connecting to their divinity, or to perhaps God, or whatever source of higher power this person does believe in. And then with the Ophelia rune, this can often represent separation, but it's in the reverse. So given the reverse meaning, it says this is not a time to be bound by old conditioning, old authority. Consider not only what will benefit you, but what will benefit others, and act according to the light you possess now in your life. So as this person obtains greater understanding, greater alignment with their divinity, they're able to come out of a state of focusing on self, and they're better able to serve others around them and understand the needs of others around them. They're much more aware now than ever how their actions could cause pain to others, or in the process also damage themselves. Okay, so there's somebody who may have some kind of like past behavior that was a bit toxic. They may not have learned how to treat relationships in a healthy manner, how to be in them in a healthy manner. They could have some type of like attachment issue. That's probably not going to be for everyone, but this is someone who is learning or being called upon to understand how to overcome an old way of being that was unhealthy. Okay, so we're going to jump into the tarot in a minute and kind of talk through the specifics of what's going on between you and them. But first, let's cover your runes. So Aquarius, you get Berkana. This is the Berkana rune. And by the way, these are Viking runes. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then you get Laguz, but in reverse. So let's jump to those and see what they have to say. So for the Berkana rune, this represents growth or rebirth, or the birch tree. So this rune often leads to blossoming and ripening. It often is concerned with the flow of beings into their new forms. Its action is gentle, penetrating, and pervasive. What is called for here is to consider your issue with care and awareness. First, disperse resistance, and then accomplish the work. So there could be some resistance between you and this person. There could be some growing pains. Growth, yeah. So as things progress and grow with this person, and for each of you, it will be a different lesson, but there's a need here for like understanding how to go with the flow, because you're both in a transformational energy. It's like you're both leveling up spiritually as you connect with one another. And so there's going to be a lot of shifting and shakeups in this connection. For those of you who haven't met this person, when you do, you will realize that from the beginning of the connection to like a few months in, to then a few months in, you keep transforming and showing up in different ways, okay? So adaptation is going to be very important, like being able to be adaptable, and communication is going to be very important, because you may feel shaken up or like unstable as things shift and change all around you in the connection and with this person internally, okay? So there's a lot of learning that has to happen, and it's almost like continuously getting to know each other, because you guys are evolving so quickly. So we're going to jump now to the Laguz rune. So you got Laguz in reverse, and Laguz often represents the going with the flow, water energy, things which conduct electricity, power, etc. And in reverse, it says a counsel against overreaching and excessive striving. So like I said, you tend to be very goal-oriented and not so much process-oriented. And when you feel like things are deviating from the goalpost, like I want to be in a relationship, I want to be in a long-term relationship, I want this to lead to marriage, whatever that goalpost is that you've set, be careful not to hyper-focus on it, Aquarius, because then you'll tend to like think things are going wrong when everything is okay. So don't overreach or get too focused on the outcome, because then you're going to put in a lot more effort than you should be for each step of the way, and you may be imbalancing the energy of the connection in the process. So this is a warning when it comes in reverse about against trying to exceed your own strength or operate beyond the power that you have founded to date in your life. So, trying to stretch yourself beyond what you're ready to receive from the connection or what your partner is ready to give to the connection can happen when you get too goal focused. It can also represent a failure to draw upon the wisdom and instinct that you've gathered throughout your lifetime. Okay, so it's also it's warning you against things and situations that, if handled incorrectly, could cause you to lose connection to your higher self, or become so off balance that you can't I heard obtain. For some reason I heard interview. You can't. So for interview, it probably means like you can't ask the right questions, or even entertain the right ideas, because you'll get caught up in your own theories about why things are not going in the direction they should be. So just be careful not to allow yourself to become so unbalanced that you disconnect from the truth of your intuition and kind of cloud your judgment with doubts and fears, right? Okay, so that's what I have for your side, Aquarius. We're going to jump into the tarot now to get the details about this connection. And do drop a comment if you like this longer kind of setup, because sometimes I do deep dives, sometimes I do shorter readings. So I'm interested to know what you guys are into. And you guys are the ones that watch my channel the most, Aquarius, so I often do bonus readings, so I could do some short, some long, but do love to get your feedback. So the overall energy of the connection is that you're both entering a time of like feeling elated, feeling like on cloud nine, like, and for those of you who are new, like this is how it will feel. Like for those of you who are single, this is how it will feel when you meet this person. It's going to feel like, wow, I really deserve this. This is finally a healthy connection where I can feel free to be myself, but also like really enjoy my partner's company and energy. I heard intertwined. So like as your energies intertwine, you feel even more uplifted and powerful as a couple than on your own. Okay, so it's like you guys complement and uplift one another and make each other feel very powerful and very, very supported. And then again, I mentioned earlier, the heart chakra is very significant here. So there's healing that has had to happen, probably on both sides, but definitely on your person's side, where they're learning to master the heart chakra and to allow themselves to open up. So there's someone in the connection who keeps their heart inside a cage, who like keeps it behind a brick wall, who does not allow themselves to feel beyond the physical. And I did get something about physicality here. It's like often one of you, either you or this person, tries to keep things at a surface or physical level because it's too scary or too painful or too unimaginable for them to go past that. So there very much is this getting stuck in the sacral energy. But for love to be given and received, right, this cage has to be opened. Okay, this wall has to be, this barrier has to be broken down. So there's some sense here of like having to do inner growth and having to do expansive work to come up the scale of your soul evolution, and that's happening on both sides, but also it's being magnified as you come together. Okay. So you get, for the energy of the connection, this is a divinely guided connection that you're entering, Aquarius. So whether you've already entered the connection with this person and it's fairly new, or you're single and dating, you may be meeting someone here very soon that is going to feel like a wish come true, like a lucky break. Okay, it's going to feel very divinely guided and natural when you meet this person. And for those of you who are together, you may have felt that way when you first met. And you know, like I said, this will be a relationship that goes through quite a bit of growth and change and turbulence along the way, but you guys are very connected at a soul level, and this is like a divinely guided union that is blessed. So your guides and their guides, and in the spiritual etheric realm, you guys are very well connected and balanced as a couple, even when there are things or situations on the ground here on earth that are causing turbulence in the connection. So that's definitely a benefit that will help to strengthen the bond between you. Okay, and then this is a connection that kind of needs to go with the flow. And I know, like I said, Aquarius, for you, it sometimes becomes very important. You have a need to know what the end goal is, and you have a need to like sort of at least have somewhat of a plan on how to get there. And then you kind of measure your progress, and that's not how your person operates. So for this to work, you have to learn how to nurture each other's needs, and your person needs a lot of like leg room or like leeway for being able to go with the flow. So like they're very focused on the how, you're very focused on the what and the why, and they're very focused on the how of the things that happen or come up in this connection. Definitely it's important that you balance nurturing yourself and your needs, Aquarius, and then nurturing the needs of your partner because both have to be aligned for things to kind of move forward. Also, there's a lot of destined energy here. There's a lot of like events, life events that you guys are meant to explore or live together. Some of them are not yet determined because our free will and our choices affect the pathways that we take or where we end up, okay? So at any turn, your choices will impact, do you get married? Do you have children? What do you learn from one another? How deep does the connection go emotionally? How long does it last? How beautiful is the connection? How sweet does it feel? How romantic is it? So a lot of those things are being determined by the choices you guys make together as a couple and on an individual level with your growth and ascension journey. Okay, so what I do see that's great about this connection, Aquarius, is that you guys tend to have very synchronistic dreams about the future and the lifestyle that you guys want to develop together. And it's almost like you're melding together your ideas and inspiring one another into like a whole new way of thinking about what the future could look like. Okay, so there's definitely this idea of like coming together in a balanced fashion and understanding through nurturing and compassion how to build a dream together that is that much better, that much more stable and sweet for the both of you as you come into union. Okay, and then another thing here that I wanted to point out is that it says take the lead in love. So one of you is going to have to take the lead in the love department, and it's going to come down to the fact that one of you, and I haven't figured out who yet, but one of you has really got a big wall around their heart and hasn't opened up to love in a very long time. That said, I heard blossoming, and I think love is blossoming or has the potential to blossom between you and this person, even after they have spent probably, or you have spent probably many years with your heart in a cage or behind a big protective wall that you may have thought could never thaw out or break down or be taken down, right? So I do sense that someone in this connection will have to be the leader on an emotional level because you're more either you or them are more advanced in your spiritual awakening and have already gone through the chakra healing for your heart, for the fourth chakra, and have already advanced past that. And so while you're both still ascending and learning and developing spiritually, there's going to be one of the two of you who has to like take ownership and responsibility for helping their partner past that point, because their partner, like, you've been there, or they've been there already and they know how to guide you through it, okay? Or vice versa. You've been there and you've done the healing and now you know how to guide them through that part because you've done it before. And so the timing of when you guys meet is actually very crucial because that learning, that wisdom had to be shared for this connection to work, and it had to be shared in a very kind and nurturing and compassionate manner. So for whether this is happening now or going to happen, I do think it's a very important aspect of the connection for both partners. Okay. So let's cover your energy, Aquarius. And if you're resonating with your side, you will likely know that this is your reading and that you should stay for your person's side and what's going on with them. So I get the sense that you are learning to balance your expectations and how you interpret the information that you're receiving from this person. So whether it's about how they say things, or what their actions are, what they are doing, the way you interpret their behavior or their actions or like their words is very impactful to how you feel. And I think as you connect deeper into this, you're trying to find ways to not fall prey to like tricks of the mind or perhaps old habits of thought that could be triggering, etc. And so sometimes this person like will tell you the truth about like what's going on, or you'll feel off balance and you will ask this person, hey, what's going on? And gratitude is in reverse. So this tells me like, yes, you're very grateful that they're a very honest and blunt person, but at times it can be like, it can throw you off whack. So like, it's like, yes, I'm happy you told me that, but it didn't feel so great, you know? So I think you value truth and honesty, Aquarius, above, you know, the fact that sometimes hearing the truth can be a little upsetting, okay? But you can't move past lessons or grow if you don't hear the actual truth about the situation or how your partner perceives it. So I think that you guys will get better at this stuff over time. With the affluence card, it represents like getting really good at a craft, right? Figuring out these patterns that are very complex, like solving a puzzle. Okay, so sometimes it's going to feel like you're solving a puzzle to understand your person, but having direct and open and honest communication will really help out. There is also fear about, sometimes there's fear, or this could have happened recently for those of you who are already connected to this person. You may have experienced fear about learning a truth that you wanted to ask this person about. So you may have been afraid to ask something. It's like, oh man, like I'm noticing these things. Could it be this? Could it be that? But I'm so scared to ask because what if my suspicions are true? So it's like you create scenarios sometimes in your head, Aquarius, where like you build up all this fear and anxiety about learning the truth. And then when the truth is shared, even if it's not something you wanted to hear, you just feel this relief from the knowing, because knowing what's going on gives you so much more stability and certainty, and it allows you to come back into balance, as opposed to like the not knowing and the wondering and coming up with like little scenarios in your head about what could be going on. So Spirit wants you to stay focused. Okay, it's a time for you to stay focused on building your self-confidence, Aquarius, and on identifying what you want, how you want to feel. You know, you are like, your lesson right now with the Nine of Cups coming out here, your lesson at this moment within this connection, or for your own ascension, is to focus on stillness, on being okay when there's no movement, when there's no change. I feel that some of you are very much used to change, or constant and consistent change. And this is a very go with the flow person who sometimes just sits still and ponders before making their next move. Okay, so you're going to have to learn to not lose your cool and not ruffle your feathers. okay? Because you're coming out as the peacock twice, like this peacock energy twice. You may worry about like, do they like me? Do they think I'm pretty? There's like a Lana Del Rey song that says, like, will you love me when I'm not young and beautiful? Okay, so you might want to look that up. So it's like this hyper focus on like, are we moving towards the target? Are we moving towards the goal? Are we still on the right path? And so it's okay to take a step back from that and not put pressure on your partner and just kind of sit in stillness and allow the water to flow around you, allow the emotions to wash over you, allow yourself to feel it, but then try to find ways of grounding and calming yourself down without putting so much pressure or expectation on this person who may not have all the answers you're seeking. I do see that they're showing up as a very honest person with you, but they don't necessarily have all the answers you seek at the time when you seek them, because they're just not a planner into the future like you are, okay? Now, what I see specifically going on for you is that this person is showing up as a King of Swords for you in your reading. You see them as somebody who could make you very happy and who elevates you spiritually. Like, they elevate you, they heighten your mood, they make you feel ecstatically happy, like their company feels very good to you, Aquarius. You enjoy spending time together. However, there's some type of worry. You have the Five of Swords to the Three of Cups to the Ten of Wands. There's some type of worry where you may be feeling like, and you have the Nine of Pentacles here right next to the Five of Swords. So it's almost like you have some hesitations about this connection or this person that worry you. There's still some worries here to work out. And it could have to do with like communication. So you want to get confirmation that this person feels about you the same way that you feel about them. So like very elated, very happy, and you just may not be getting that. You may be getting some mixed information, or like the actions of the person may not match what they're telling you with their words. And so it's creating some type of like, well, maybe I should be independent for a bit, or like not get my hopes up for the Ten of Cups because I don't know how long this will last. That's what I get here. With the Nine of Pentacles to Three of Cups to the Temperance, I get this has been fun, and it is fun, and I want to enjoy it. But like, I don't know. I can't see the future. I can't see how long it will last. I can't tell if it's going to be long term. So it's like you have that little spine pricking at you of uncertainty and doubt that kind of trickles in and causes a bit of imbalance from time to time. And I see that this person may like to travel with you, or may need to travel to see you. Like, there's perhaps distance or separation between you guys. It could be non-physical separation. Like, it could be like that emotionally you guys are not where you would want to be, or like not ascending at the same pace into emotional openness with one another, because someone in the connection, possibly this person, feels like they just can't release their heart chakra. Like, they can't open up as quickly, okay? Because I do see a lot of cups. I see a lot of cups here with the Ten of Cups, like Ten of Cups, Three of Cups energy. You and the Temperance has two cups as well. And then the World has the ocean, which is 90% water. So I do think that while you take your time to get confident and comfortable in a connection, especially a new connection, I think you may be the one, Aquarius, who has already practiced opening up their heart chakra and being vulnerable, and is a lot more comfortable in that space than your partner. But again, feel free to flip it if it's the other way around, okay? And for the latter part of your reading, we're going to talk about your person. So if this all resonated, I'm going to talk about how your person feels about you and what's going on with them. And for those of you who are single, like I said, this will be a prediction of a new connection around the corner for you and how it's going to pan out in the beginning. So feel free to like come back to the video and reference it if you do meet this person later on and you want to remember the details of these lessons that are being shown. So first of all, we got divine feminine and divine masculine energies. So this person sees you as their true pair, Aquarius. They see you as like their soulmate. And we did get soulmates earlier about the for the energy of the connection. So this person recognizes the depth of emotion and the connection on a spiritual level that you guys have pretty instantly. Okay. They see this, or they're going to see this as a relationship that they really see potential in and that they want to protect and defend and nurture. Okay, so both of you are approaching this in a nurturing energy. They want to give their time and attention to the connection. They want to nurture this connection. They want to do right by you, and if they ever make mistakes, they want to be able to fix them. And so they're going to be very focused on growth. They're coming out in divine masculine energy, so they might want to focus on like growth, ascension, coming out of their shell, repairing their heart chakra, being able to love again. Okay, and for you, they want to, like, you're coming across as very honest to this person, as somebody who is worth protecting and fighting for, as their divine counterpart, as someone who they want to be or not necessarily want to be, but they're going to be. Like, the way that you can tell when this person is catching feelings is that they may not say it right away or even understand it right away, but they'll get very protective of you. And so that's kind of how like they show that they're falling in love. Aquarius is like they start to get very protective. They start trying to give you like advice on what to do to stay safe, or like where not to go. Or so if you start feeling like they're giving you this kind of advice or information, that could be like an indicator that they're connected in a deeper fashion to you or to this connection, like they're opening up. Okay, because they're going to approach this from a place of like keeping their distance a little bit and like keeping their guard up. And I'll tell you in a minute why that is. But before we get there, this is someone who feels very psychically bonded and connected to you, like from the very start of this connection. So whether this has happened or is currently happening or you know, will be happening, the bond between you guys is very spiritual and very psychic. So one of you has a very empathic or psychic ability. It could be your person, to where like they may not understand things or be able to articulate them in words, but they feel things. Like it's almost like they're an empath or something like this. They can feel your kindness. They can feel it. They don't need to guess. Like they can understand your nature just by like touching your hand or like being near you. They can like sense your energy, and they can tell that you're a very kind and nurturing person, Aquarius, and that even if you have like a tough outer shell, they can tell that inside you're very soft and squishy and mushy and all that good stuff that you keep hidden sometimes to protect yourself. So this is somebody who wants to work on themselves and wants to adapt and learn from you. We got that in the beginning, that they want to learn from you, that they see you as somebody who's very wise, and they see you as very kind, and they want to be able to nurture you, nurture this connection, and maybe that's not their comfort zone to be like super soft and kind and squishy and gushy and mushy, but they want to learn to be that way for you, because they know that like that's a great feeling to have a partner that you can work with, that you can feel supported by. And so they want to work on themselves for you. Not that they want to change like who they are completely or like change their nature, but they want to be able to meet your needs, and they're willing to put in the work to get that done, okay? You know, while still respecting themselves and being their authentic selves, okay? So what's going on for your person specifically? For those of you who are already connected to this person, this is currently right now what's happening. And for others of you, if you find this video later on, it may be the right time for you. Time is fluid for my videos, so just take it as it resonates and come back to it if this is not the right time to hear the message, okay? I wouldn't try to like make it fit if the rest of this hasn't resonated. So what I see is that your person is a little hyper-focused or afraid of an ending. So there's a lot of weight on their shoulders. They feel very, very preoccupied and exhausted by the thought of this connection with you coming to an end. It's like instead of focusing on how can I make this work? How can I make Aquarius happy? How can I show up properly to the connection? They're worrying about how can I prevent an ending? What can I do to stop an ending from taking place? What can I do to prevent loss? What can I do to prevent pain in this connection? And this is coming from a place where like their inner child has been probably like mistreated over the years. Like they tend to be very disconnected from understanding their emotions, Aquarius, at times. They tend to be very because their heart chakra is so behind a wall and protected. I am getting that this is the person who has the heart chakra blockage, okay? They feel like they need to compensate with actions for the things that they should be feeling emotionally. And so they're trying to like say the right things, take the right actions, show you the right level of interest, etc. But it's coming across as a little deceptive or confusing, because you can also sense, and you're highly intuitive as well, person, you can also sense when like things are not authentic. And so then I think that triggers you into wondering like, well, is something sneaky going on? Should I step out of this connection? Like, is this really going to go where I want it to be, where I foresee myself being with a partner? Like, can it go the distance? So again, communication, you got the 8 of Wands on both sides. Communication is going to be very important whenever things like this come up in the connection. This person is highly on high alert for like competition. Like they will let you know if they see something that they don't like if you're hanging out with someone that makes them jealous or whatnot. You know, this causes them preoccupations. Like they're concerned for keeping you safe and protected, but also for like showing up properly in the connection and not causing an ending. So they may be hesitant to say what's on their mind, but they are hyper vigilant about like who you hang around with, or like how you spend your time when you're not with them. Yeah, and their main preoccupation right now is like preventing an ending. So I think if this person, you see there's no like cups on their side, they're very much in their head and in their action. And so the only like emotion related card is the Moon, which tells me that like they, when it comes to emotion, they often feel confused and try to like overthink it or like figure it out logically, and then they're back to square one, okay? Feeling very exhausted and mentally drained. So that's why often they like to just go with the flow and not worry too much about an outcome, because they just can't see past, they can't tell what actions will lead to what results just yet, because they're kind of disconnected from their own heart chakra and emotions. So yeah, I get the sense this person wants things to work out, but they're focused on like the wrong things at this time. They're focused on like, how do I not come across as broken? How do I not mess up this connection? How do I make Aquarius feel okay or secure? As opposed to like, how do I show up as my best self? How do I release and express how I feel. How do I show up correct? Like, it's almost like they're trying and putting an effort, but perhaps not from the best place right away. Okay, so they may need to feel a little more nurtured and safe to be able to open up their heart chakra, and that's where, like, Aquarius, I think you need to take the lead sometimes in expressing your love and affection for this person so that they can have a roadmap on how to get there themselves. Okay, well, let's close out with advice from your guides about you and your person. Thank you for watching, Aquarius. If you could drop a like on the video, that helps circulate it to others who may need to hear this. So if you appreciate the messages and they resonated, that's a great way to thank me and to help out the channel. Okay, here it says, let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And that is definitely a lesson for you, Aquarius. It says here, religious factors may be affecting your love life. Your love life could be influenced by your spiritual path, okay? And that came up as well throughout your reading. I think you're both going through ascensions. And so for you, Aquarius, the big lesson, and I think that's why I was called to pull the runes this time around and go deeper, because there's a spiritual ascensioning happening for you and for this person, and as you come together, that energy just compounds and gets bigger and more intense. So each of you has to learn what their lessons are to be able to progress in the connection as you come together. Okay, what's your person get? It should be known for Aquarius's person. Okay, and the lesson, look at that, how everything kind of like links together. The person you're connecting to, their lesson is that they need to learn that they deserve love. It says, you deserve love, you are lovable. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you've been guided to take. So this person needs to focus on allowing, like, nurturing their inner child, healing their inner child wounding, understanding that they are worthy and deserving of love, and that they can let their heart out and let their guard down and be vulnerable so that they can receive love from others and you know, express their love to others. So I think this person struggles with expressing their true feelings because they try to mask them. So someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. They try to mask their feelings and emotions about the connection. They try not to take things too seriously. They try to stay busy with work or with, like, their Dharma, like their life purpose, instead of, like, focusing on expressions of love in the connection with their partner, because they're just so, like, afraid of the loss. Like, what if I open up and then this connection goes away? And so there's a fear of, like, an ending. So this person may have some type of attachment style where, like, they don't feel securely attached, or they get anxiously attached. And so I'm not sure, like, we would have to dive even deeper to find that out. But for now, just know that their lesson is going to be nurturing their inner child and understanding how to open up and heal their heart chakra. Okay, so that is all that I have for you, Aquarius. Again, please like or subscribe to the channel if this resonated, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.